We are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our talk show, the number one talk show in this room. I'm Josh.
I'm DJ.
I'm Josh.
I said I'm DJ.
No, I'm DJ. What happened to that guy?
I have a toothache.
Oh, he's unlimited. He's limited.
I'm
Don't make him.
doing the best with what I got. Don't forget we have audio version on Anchor FM, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcast needs. Also, you can catch us every Tuesday morning between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 p.m., and Wednesday between the hours of 4 p.m. and 6 p.m.
Which is our talk show after dark.
Also, it's the end of November.
December. It is the end of November. I put December.
I know what fucking day it is.
Yeah, I fucked up.
It's the end of November, and as such, we're going to start our December charity, which is Toys for Tots. The link will be down below. Also, you can pretty much find it at any, Walmart, whatever. Make sure you donate a gift unwrapped. Do not wrap your gifts before you donate them. They will just have to unwrap them and wrap them anyways. Because they got to be able to tell whether it's for a boy or a girl, how old, the toys, age range, stuff like that. Right. You don't want to give like a Star Wars Lego Death Star to a 2-year-old.
Maybe.
And then he chokes on that shit.
And I read recently they have started receiving gifts and doing drives. Just Sunday over in Tahoma, or whatever it's called. I read somewhere that 100 bikers started doing the toy drive. Running up and down the coast.
Oh, yeah, collecting toys and stuff like that.
They started Sunday, yeah. Over 100 bikers.
I've been seeing a lot of bikers out on the road and stuff like that.
They started, like I said, Thursday was Thanksgiving. They started Sunday. And now Toys for Tots is now accepting everything.
Right.
They accept it all year long, but now they're really on the ball.
Well, because a lot of, like I said, like a lot of places like Walmart, Target, a lot of your big chains that have toys and stuff in store. They
donate.
They normally, so what they do is they'll set a box right at like
at the entrance.
Right.
Exit, yeah.
So as you're leaving, if you picked up a toy, you can just put it in the box and they'll take care of it from there.
iPads are not toys.
No.
Get leapfrog.
Get a leapfrog. That's right. Do we got we're doing fuck my life now instead of
Wednesdays, Saturday. Today is random facts. But I changed random facts to put interesting facts from now on. Other than a bunny can't sneeze or something. Today's random fact is the population of Ireland is still 2 million less than it was before the potato famine 160 years ago. So they're still 2 million short.
I feel like that's not.
Yeah.
Like
the potato famine wiped them almost all out.
They just haven't.
They're still 2 million short of how many people they had 160 years ago.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, how crazy a famine can do or a plague. I think Chernobyl still, you can't live there after the nuclear.
Chernobyl?
Yeah, when the nuclear power plant went down. Knowing there's plant life and animals in there. But
yeah.
Humans can't be in there, apparently.
Well, no, because all the radiation.
The radiation. What is it, like 10,000 years or some shit?
Yeah, the half-life. Yeah, it's crazy. Even after it's gone, there's still a half-life of, you can drive through there. You just can't live and stay
windows
there.
Windows up.
Yeah.
Then your car has radiation, residue radiation on it. How do you wash that off?
To be honest, I'm not sure.
Once we get bit by a spider in there.
You won't become Spider-Man.
Okay, just making sure everyone knows that.
Just because you get bit by, it's like if you're at Chernobyl and you get bit by a deer, you're not going to become Deer Man. Leap tall buildings in a single bound,
Extra strength.
Has
the ability to run in front of cars.
Get hit by a car and just survive.
What happened, Deer Man?
Did you hear Mom had to get a new car? Bob's mom?
I heard somebody ran over a raccoon.
No, Bob ran over a raccoon. His mom, a deer jumped out in front of her.
In Florida?
Yeah. We have deers here in Florida.
I know that, but
we also have panthers.
they're uncommon.
Like, you just don't see them because
that's what I mean. Like, you don't. There's no hunting in Florida.
We live in the city. No, there's a lot of hunting in Florida.
There?
Oh yeah,
I know for pig.
You got python hunting.
We got the wild boar.
You've got wild boar hunting. We actually have bears here in Florida too.
But they're all small.
That's because their habitats have been basically wiped
Florida
out
deer
by.
Is smaller than like Tennessee deer.
But still big enough to
damage your car.
To total mom's car.
Did the insurance cover it?
I have no idea.
What was that one insurance company who always has like a freak accident? He's like, and you're covered.
I know. Like I said, mom hit it, and it literally shit itself all down the side of her car.
I'm gonna survive.
I don't know. I have no idea if it.
All that fast.
But the Freeds have terrible luck with woodland creatures.
Apparently.
Bob's sister hits woodland creatures like all the time.
Squirrels. Let's go a squirrel.
Right.
How do you hit a squirrel?
But it's kind of like, so they work nights.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Early morning. Yeah.
Right. Early morning going home, so and that's the time nobody's out. Right. Nobody's on the road, whatnot. Except for them, so the woodland creatures think they got it safe.
There's no lights in Okeechobee. There's no ambient light?
Yeah, especially down them back roads.
I know the one time we left, it was almost dark. And it was fucking still dark down there almost. It was like 6 p.m. All right, 7 p.m. when we left.
Yeah. It gets pitch black all through there and stuff like that. Like I said, especially through them back roads and stuff. Cause
Tennessee was the same way. They had no ambient light.
Real nice to see the stars and stuff once you get up in the mountains and things.
When I lived in West Virginia, the mountains look like a building from all the porch lights, the people that lived on the mountain. So when I lived in West Virginia, we lived in the valley of the Appalachian Mountains. And we went across the bridge to go to work at the McDonald's. So when you're walking back, if you look straight up on a clear night, it looks like a building because of all the porch lights. They're on the mountain. Shit was crazy. We literally lived on the base of it. Like when you looked at the front door or the window, you could see the base of the mountain.
So I'm looking here and I see stuff underneath my lines here.
Yes, that's the first news. I wanted to read the rest of it because it says basically, hey, Sweet and Alexa's first female leader for the second time in a week. And you'd be like, what the fuck's that mean? So what it means is the Swedish Parliament elected Magdalena Andersson as Prime Minister by a narrow margin. She was elected last week, but her government soon collapsed over a budget dispute. You know
what trips me out so much, right? It's like people's like, oh, I can't fathom having a woman leader.
The Queen of England has been a fucking leader for how long?
Right, for many generations, right? Many generations.
I haven't heard a king of England since Henry VIII, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Even her husband wasn't a king; he was a soldier. A guard?
Well,
he died recently, but I think he was a guard.
The thing is the country's been run by the Queen for a long time. Many generations of queens.
Princess Diana was supposed to be the next queen, I think.
Right, Queen Elizabeth. All of them.
Queen Elizabeth.
So like to think is like, and now I get it, right? The Queen doesn't really do a lot of your day-to-day stuff. That's Parliament, which is basically their Congress.
Yeah.
And stuff like that does most of your day-to-day.
But everyone around the world respects that Queen.
Right. Well, because again, at any point, if you piss the Queen off, she can mobilize her troops. She has the power to do.
Remember, United States, you came from me.
Right. Like the Queen is, and the worst part is like,
and they don't have an economy problem.
We've had. Oh, they do.
No. I mean, like not like ours.
No, but they have their different problems and stuff.
Well, yeah, but they're not like in debt like us. They didn't borrow from the freaking the Rockefellers. They had their own gold and stuff from the Catholics. Because people don't understand that it's like church and what's that thing? Government's the same in England. Like the Catholic Church and the Queen Elizabeth are like the Pope and are like one in one.
Yeah, it's all tied together.
But I wouldn't have a problem with a woman leader, as long as they're qualified.
Well, some people, again, some people do, and the way I look at it is qualification doesn't always make.
Not all the time, but experience.
Again, experience
Well, yeah,
does
you
not
never
always.
know what's going to happen as a president or a leader.
Does not always make. Oh, how is it? Experience, a good leader does not make. Like just because you are experienced, you have, a lot of presidents start out in Congress in their local towns.
The mayor, and
mayors, right, governors, stuff like that, and work
on the board,
work their way up.
Yeah.
Now
Biden has been in government for 50 years.
He's been in government for right, but again, that doesn't always make you the best candidate for the job
because change happens.
Some people stuck
in the old.
And then you have your select few who have absolutely no government.
Teacher who became president.
Government official back, Richard Nixon. He was a fucking actor.
And it was the other one. It wasn't Richard Nixon. He was actually a politician. The other one, I know who you're talking about. I forgot his name.
You sure it wasn't Nixon?
Reagan. No, Reagan.
Oh, Ronald Reagan.
No, yeah. He was an actor.
Okay, see, I had him back.
It's hard after Nixon.
It's hard to keep straight, because there's so many presidents.
Truman was a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. And then you had Trump, who was a business person.
Right.
And everyone else is in public. They went to Georgetown, like Obama, Bush, Clinton.
Right.
Bush was two generations.
Yeah, he was the second generation.
He had one in a wheelchair.
His father was a president. Yeah. I was trying to think of what was that other one?
He was the governor of Texas. Bush was, and his brother Jeb was the governor of Florida.
Right. I'm really pulling for Governor Kane. Because Kane from WWE.
Yeah.
He left and became the governor of his hometown
in Tennessee.
Right. So it's.
How do you run against that guy?
Not head to head. I'll tell you that much.
He said wrestling is so much easier.
Yeah.
He's like, the headaches I have to deal. He gave free power, or not power, but like suspended a payment during the pandemic in his town.
Yeah, there was a few of the governors and stuff like that who.
Lake Worth got mad. That guy got mad in Lake Worth though.
Oh yeah, I remember that. He was pissed.
He's like, he's shutting off power and having people pay their last dime to put it back on, and that's bullshit.
Their last
and you've done
paychecks.
nothing.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't need to hear this.
He was very upset.
Well, he definitely got suspended.
But I get why you were upset. Like
they're taking people's money. Oh, now
everything was shutting down, and you was
taking over.
Of Lake Worth, finally.
Yeah.
Lake Worth just doesn't have the resources to, and I mean, facts of life are is like they don't actually have their own power state.
They lost their police 5 years ago.
Well, the thing is they buy their power from FPNL anyways,
and then resell it for a profit.
And then upcharge it for Lake Worth residents.
What's my utility? Lake Worth? Fuck.
Twice as much.
Remember that? Fuck.
Right. But now that FPNL is going to take over it,
and putting their poles in.
Right, which means they'll cut out the middleman, and actually make it cheaper.
How we found out is they want to take out some trees, on our property, because they're redoing the power poles.
Right. Well, then, just like that, a lot of people are. FPNL is pushing a lot of people to move into solar. They've got.
I see that ad. You change your meter box and you put solar on. You can earn money.
Right, by using what is stored. You have stored up.
One year I think it was in Sweden that they owed the people money back because they used solar energy the entire summer.
But that's just like FPNL. Here it's FPNL.
Yeah.
Right.
Power and light.
Right, but FPNL is everywhere.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just called different things in different states, but it's all owned by the same power people.
Yeah, there's three major power plants in the United States.
Right, but like I said, they're owned all by the same people. Yeah, they just when you're in Florida, it's Florida Power and Light. When when you're in Tennessee, it's Tennessee Power and Light. It's all.
I never knew what it was in Tennessee because we never got it in place. Right. I didn't know what it was called there.
I have no idea.
The electric company.
The electric company, right? You
We
know,
actually had to go down there and pay
I mean,
it.
there are, certain towns and stuff that have their own stuff, but it's a lot like you remember a while back when they were arguing about the monopoly on like cell phone service?
I remember
How it's
Obama
basically
passed the thing where you get to keep your phone.
so
So you can switch services. And that's when they started leasing them out.
so what you're talking about, right, is there was a decision that was going to be made about the internet, right?
Okay.
So like we use Facebook,
Yeah.
right? Facebook's free. You can download Facebook,
Yeah.
have your profile, your pictures.
Yeah, MySpace is free.
Right. Now the way they did that
It's
is
advertising.
Facebook sells you ads.
Yes.
Okay, now that's what they told most people, and which is true, but that's not their main source of revenue. The way they make their money is as you go on sites on Facebook and look at videos and things like that, they collect that data.
Yeah.
Right? So like I'm subscribed to one of these feel good pet sites,
Yeah.
the Dodo, you know? They do great pet videos and stuff like that, animal videos. I love them. But every time you watch one of those videos, it records that you've watched it,
Yes.
right?
It learns.
Right. A little piece of data is taken and says, okay, you like this one. Now, if you're only watching ones for cats,
You show your cat.
right,
So.
it's going to show you cat stuff.
Same thing with conspiracy. If you talk about it when your phone's next to you,
Right.
it'll
So,
show up. Or
and-
if you look on Amazon, because Amazon, Google, and Facebook's all connected, and YouTube.
so the thing is that was our choice.
Yeah,
Right.
we agreed. We hit that check mark.
Well, that, and originally they were going to say, okay, if you want to use the internet, that's fine. The internet can be free,
We had to pay
but
for
you have to pay for the
these.
sites.
I remember that. You had to pay for YouTube. You had to pay for any
Right.
sites that you went on.
Or we can make the sites free
And you pay for the internet.
and you pay for the internet, and then
Which now
the site domains are going to take your information and sell it to other people. That's why, like, if you're at home and you're like sitting there and you get a call, hey, I'd like to sell you 15,000 cat stands or some crazy shit.
fuck, I put my number somewhere.
Right. You put your number in an ad. If you start looking up, how to go back to school,
It's like the spam emails.
right, you'll get spam emails about going back to school.
Like you
You'll
try to
get
look for car insurance. You try to get the quote. So you put your information. Next thing you know, your emails are blowing up every day about car insurance.
right. That's why emails are pretty much nobody, like, people use them, right? But
They
they
ask for
normally
it all the time.
they normally have 2 or 3 different email accounts
Yeah.
to deal with that type of stuff. Like, they have their personal email account that they will give out to, like, their friends, their coworkers, colleagues, things like of that
Mine's
nature.
for like Amazon. It tells me or your bank and tells you that you have a
Right.
purchase.
But
But
then,
usually emails used by work.
right. So
Like here's my business email.
it's crazy to think that there's a lot of laws and things like that people are trying to change. Like, remember we went to the DMV,
Mm-hmm.
right, before COVID and stuff happened, and the guy was outside talking about how once you've basically picked a political party,
Yeah, to stay with it.
you have to stay with it, even like if you like the other
and
party
you
better
have
at
to
that point.
change it before the next election.
Mm-hmm. It's
But
crazy
you don't know, like before the election,
who
you
you're
gotta
gonna vote
change
for.
your party.
And if you don't vote
Any
for your party, they
registration.
basically throw it the fuck
Yeah.
out.
So basically, but you don't know who's running
Right.
until the election. So how are you supposed to change? Like you find out like the little ones, like before he ran in 2016, Trump was talking about 2013. So you knew like, oh, Trump's running, but who else? We don't know.
Right.
Like,
you didn't know
what
who
I'm
was
saying?
against
Like,
him.
At one point, what is it? Some celebrities were running for president other than him at the time, and they all dropped out. So you just don't know.
I'm interested to see this next one because I think Dwayne Johnson's serious.
He said he wanted experience. I don't know if
You
he
know.
has to go and be a governor somewhere.
I don't know, but
I wonder if he could like do a shadow
and
run.
that's like Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yeah, he was
Right.
well, not anymore, but he was the governor of California.
right? But the problem with that is he's not he can't be president
because he
he's
wasn't born here.
right. He wasn't born here, which is, you know,
But they all like made jokes about it because in Demolition Man he was the president
right.
and Taco Bell was the casino.
You know.
That's funny.
So like it, you know,
I believe after what happened with Trump, anything can happen. Like seriously, like people are up for anything.
that's the beauty of the election, you know.
Now people are but I also think now people are more educated.
Trying to be, yeah.
Yeah. Our next news is Spider-Man No Way Home overload ticket sites. That's good news for the theaters.
Well, it's because a lot of theaters haven't been getting. It's not like back in the day, right? Like you remember
It's been
back
before,
in the
even before COVID, it was going down.
right, but I mean like back in the 90s, right?
When I first started the drive-in in 2007, it was packed.
There'd be 7 or 8 new movies a week.
They just don't announce them.
You know,
If you go on IMDb, they tell you what they are. But there's
You know.
other movies that come out that Friday. Yes.
I'm just saying there was a more of an influx, right?
More
Like
competition, yeah.
right, like you go to a movie theater and there'd be 3 or 4 new movies,
Like blockbuster hits.
right, each week, and you know you'd have your choice, and now it's
Sometimes
just
they got
not
smart about it. Because they would figure out, like, Ryan Reynolds made fun of it. During Endgame, Deadpool 2 came out, and he's like, yeah, well, we're going to compete with that?
right.
Is that what we're doing? Well, I guess we're going to be number 2. Already, I like the movie.
I don't know.
So now people, like, try to release not towards, they know what's going to be a hit.
Right, try not
So
to.
their movie can get some credit.
Well, I mean,
Like, if you release Spider-Man and Ghostbusters at the same time,
right. You couldn't do it. Everyone,
who's going to go see Ghostbusters?
right? Everyone's gonna go see. Well, because you know a lot of, and that's true. A lot of people, you know, in the middle class can only go to the movies maybe once a month.
If that, yeah.
So they've got to pick. They're like, well, I
Well,
can
that's
go
why
see
Marvel's like-
Spider-Man.
That's why Marvel's like, oh, in this month you get this movie.
Right,
Then you
or I
have
can go
Eternals, the next one's Spider-Man. Like, so it's like a month, and in between we're gonna give you Disney Plus shows.
Right. And then you got a lot of stuff, like you said, that releases. When it releases, it goes straight to the streaming services.
Red
Clifford.
Notice was in theaters, but it was on Netflix first. It was
Right.
a Netflix movie.
Clifford. Which
Paramount
is,
Plus.
Paramount was right. Paramount Plus. You know, which is basically Nickelodeon and,
Any DC movie,
you know.
any Warner Brothers movie,
Right.
straight to HBO Max. But now other companies are Amazon. Bill and Ted was on Amazon before the theaters.
See, like I said, Amazon did it smart.
Oh, they
Right.
put it in theaters too.
Right, but no, like we talk about Amazon all the time. The thing about Amazon, the way they did it versus like, so if you want to watch a movie, even if it's on Netflix,
Yeah,
right,
you can
but you
buy it.
don't have Netflix, all you have is Amazon,
You can buy
you
it.
can still rent it,
Yeah, or buy it, yeah.
you know, or buy it. It gives you the option. You can rent it for $3 and watch it the one time, or you can buy it and it'll
We have it
stay
for
on
like
your
3
list.
days or something until midnight.
Right. But that's the thing. So instead of pinning themselves down, right, like Netflix and, you know, Disney, which
But
Disney doesn't
Amazon
really
can
count.
do that because they were already a selling type of site.
Right, because they made their money on
You could-
being a third
Like
party.
you could buy the movie itself from Amazon, like
Right.
you want. Like
Well, that's what I'm saying. Right, you
like
can.
a hard copy.
That's the thing. Amazon made their money by being a third party,
Yeah, like eBay.
right?
But better.
All their revenue
but better than eBay.
is in third party. The products that they bring in and sell,
It's not always from Amazon.
right, is not always
you
Amazon,
can buy
but it
from
goes
Walmart
through
from
Amazon.
Amazon.
Right. Whole Foods, you know, Amazon, their Amazon shopping cart basically comes
Barnes
from
and
Whole
Noble
Foods,
books.
Barnes and Noble. Basically, all of your major companies work with Amazon because there's just some things that,
And
you
now
know,
they have a truck and warehouses locally.
right.
So if you don't want to go from the truck, you can pick it up from the warehouse.
Yeah. So, like I said, they made most of
No
their
more
money.
UPS or FedEx. So you go straight from Amazon.
Yeah, you don't see as many UPS and FedEx trucks as you do Amazon trucks now.
And then they come to your house.
Maybe
So, like,
in-
for instance, like Amazon will probably put out your mailbox, and you have to go all the way to your mailbox. Not Amazon, but like UPS.
right.
You have to go to your mailbox and open it. You know, there's a package next to the big ass mailbox
And see,
thing.
just like that, right? You have to think that FedEx and UPS were already competing with U.S. Mail.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, the difference is that Amazon and UPS would deliver on Saturday and Sunday,
Right.
unlike the mail won't deliver on Sunday.
Well, and
and they would deliver during holidays.
right. The thing with the U.S. mail and stuff
What's
like
the
that.
government?
It's the government, right?
It runs on federal time.
And yeah, it runs.
President's Day and get mail.
Yeah, no, you're not getting no mail.
You're waiting for that check.
Well, it's a lot more expensive.
Well, that's why stamps are leaving, because
Yeah.
everything's through a package. You don't need a package when you order from UPS. They give you a slip
Yeah,
that you just put on there.
it's already got it on there.
Like our movies have a return slip. You just peel it off and there it is. And then the movies go back. Well, yeah, that's the most anticipated movie coming up. Like I said, I don't think they're talking about Toby and all them coming back, which would be cool, but I wish they introduced Miles. Because that would be out of nowhere.
I know
You get what I'm saying? Like,
right.
out of nowhere, Miles Morales comes and helps.
I know the biggest, return that they know of yet is Doc Ock.
Well, no, and what's his name? From the Green Goblin. Who played the Green Goblin?
Harry Osborn.
No, his dad. DeVoe. The original Green Goblin.
Oh,
he is in it.
The crazy motherfucker. He's always
Harry's dad.
Yeah, he's always crazy in everything he's in.
But to bring him back, everyone was like, holy shit. But you actually saw Doc Ock. And then you actually saw Jamie Foxx. But they said the Sandman, the guy who plays Sandman, well, he didn't die in Spider-Man 3. He just went away. But it's not showing his face. It's just showing sand.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, because he did make a good Sandman. Like, he looks like it just from the comics. And they didn't even give him a shirt. His little green shirt or whatever it was.
Little green striped shirt.
But no, the actor who played him, like I said, looked like from the TV show, the animated series, and in the comics. Like, looks just like him.
Like I said, it's
It's one of the most hyped movies since
everything's
Endgame.
hearsay because
They're hiding.
right.
They're hiding something. We saw the lizard get punched.
Right. Well, they don't want to give up everything because that's how
Buy
they
the
get
ticket.
you. That's right. Come see it. That's how they make their money. So they.
But nothing's
You
been
know.
hyped this much since Endgame.
Well, that's just like Endgame. They finally did it smart, right? They're
It left on a cliffhanger
right.
from
But
Infinity War. Like, everyone died. You're like, what the fuck?
here's the thing: the way Marvel started doing it with Disney is instead of like taking bits and pieces of the actual movie, because that's mostly what they do.
They shoot a whole bunch of extra shit.
Right. They shot a whole bunch of extra shit.
I was like, I thought we were at a funeral. I mean, a wedding. I was like, where's Tony? Like, it's his funeral.
But that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
shit.
They shot a whole bunch of extra stuff and then put that in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Which most of it wasn't even in
The
the
Hulk
fucking
running
movie.
in Infinity War when it was not the Hulk, it was the Hulkbuster.
Right.
The Hulk was not in Infinity War at all, except for in the
No.
beginning when he fought Thanos.
Well, and then, Endgame.
And then he came back as Professor Hulk.
Right. Which was wrong. He was supposed to, at that point, he would have been Gray Hulk.
From the comics, yeah. Mr. Joe Fix-It.
Right. He would have been.
He still had an intelligence of Bruce Banner.
Right.
But, Marvel Universe.
So they made him green. Yeah.
Professor
I
Hulk.
get it.
No, like a future comic, there's a Professor Hulk, but it wasn't Bruce Banner. It was another Hulk who combined it.
Right. Like I said, you just gotta be careful, especially with Marvel and Disney now. They're getting good at the old switcheroo.
Oh, for sure.
So they probably shot a whole bunch of extra shit and just like
Because after Infinity War, you see Tony stuck on a planet. Everyone's in the ash. And you're like, wait, this is a superhero movie. We mean Thanos won.
what do you mean Thanos won?
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? And
It's
it's like, wait till next year for Endgame Part 2. Next year?
I hate to be right like that guy, but I feel like people like you knew it was gonna end that way for that movie,
I didn't.
and you knew
That's
there
why
was
everyone was in shock when Tony got stabbed. Everyone's like, oh,
there was gonna be another movie.
we knew it was going to be another movie.
Right, but it's like they're called the Avengers. Had they had stopped Thanos, they really wouldn't have had nothing to avenge.
What I liked
couldn't
about
have
it,
dragged it out for another 2.5 hours.
originally it's supposed to be Infinity War Part 1, Part 2. Like they did with Harry Potter and Twilight.
Yeah,
Part 1, Part 2. No, it was Endgame that Tony mentioned in Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
He goes up there as the Endgame. He
Right.
pointed in the building. It's right above us. It was the aliens. So they changed it to Endgame, and it was a completely different movie than Infinity War. Like, it was not the same vibes.
No.
And I liked it. Like, it wasn't a continuation. It was, but not like if it like to be continued.
It was 5 years later. A
Like
lot
the
of
only
change.
continuation you had was the beginning when they went and killed Thanos. That was like basically the end of Infinity War.
Right.
And then 5 years later, it's a different fucking vibe, and it was like a whole different movie. And you're like, okay, this is new, and you can tell they all changed characters.
T. Mathers.
Remember what you said? Thanos did what it took to complete his mission while they were trying to hold back and save Vision.
Again.
The second one, they didn't care who died. They're all like, all right, we're all make the sacrifice. Fuck it. As long as we bring the people back. Like, except for Tony until the end. He's like, I just want to keep what I have. Give back what we lost.
I know.
But Natasha, but they were ready to sacrifice, unlike the first one. Thanos sacrificed his daughter. And then they fought a younger version of Thanos who wasn't mature enough, and that's why he lost. He wasn't ready for the stones yet. Because that was 2012 Thanos, or 2014 Thanos.
Yeah.
So it was not as a mature Thanos as the other one.
I mean, again, facts life art. I was, you know.
He got emotional. Because he's like, oh, usually I don't take pride or, enjoyment when I do this, but when I restart this universe, I will.
Yeah, he was pissed.
Yeah. And that's why they won.
Well, he was pissed because, A, he saw himself die. B, he saw him accomplish what he was trying to accomplish, and they were trying to change it.
They try to take that from him. So he got emotional.
So he got, like I said, he got upset. What's going on, T. Mathers?
What's up, T. Mathers?
Um,
Our next news. Walmart reportedly pulls kid's toy after discovering things about cocaine. Doing cocaine.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I feel like this happens all the time. Like toy creators just slip things through.
When they put that mirror thing back and it was a dead face or something. Yeah.
Right. And there was...
Another one.
YouTube is blocking my ability to like or dislike. That's okay.
It happens.
But you remember a while back there was one, I think it was at the Dollar Tree or something, the doll
Yes.
had a dick,
Yes.
And then there was another one where it was like a fairy wand.
Yes.
And it was like singing demonic tunes and stuff like that. So it's like
YouTube censors us.
they probably.
You can only like it if you subscribe or some shit.
But so the like I said, a lot of these places don't check the toy. Like CEOs aren't like, let's grab this toy and throw it on the shelf. Like they don't look at it. They're like, we need toys, so they pay someone to fill the shelves, and don't pay attention.
Next thing you know,
a
disgruntled employee.
You've put the little Sally doll with the dick on the shelves
because you fired the guy who did it.
You've put Little Mermaid on VHS with a golden penis on the cover.
It's always a disgruntled employee that slips that bitch in.
Right. It's like as soon as you think you've got it all covered, wham, they hit you, And the worst part is like, you don't know if it's the toy maker's fault, right? Because there's not just some guy sitting in a room making thousands of toys. Like that's not,
There's elves.
Right. There's an assembly line somewhere of a bunch of people putting these toys together, putting the voice boxes in them.
There's a machine that makes a 3D print.
Right.
Each part, put it together.
Or what have you. And it's just, like I said, things slip through. I don't know how you get 30,000 dolls with penises on them. And nobody in the warehouse.
Check the skirt.
Nobody in the warehouse, right? Like, do the mental thought with me. You're at work. You went in today. Your boss is like, "Hey, we got Sally Two Shoes."
Yeah, put them together.
Or Johnny Gundam or whatever toys coming down the line.
I need you to put them together.
I need you to put them together, right? And as you're putting the doll's clothes on or armor, you look down. And there's a dick and you're like,
Must be going to the adult factory.
right? Yeah. Like, we're sending. This must be going to,
imagine it's the same place they made dildos.
Right. So you gotta think about it that way.
T. Mather says that engineers help design toys.
Well, yes. Right. But that's what I'm saying.
Lincoln
Like,
logs.
at what point do you like? Yeah, but you don't know if they changed the design down the line, right? Like, your engineer designed it.
He's like, it's cheaper we use dicks.
Right. You handed it off to your chief, guy who runs everything, manager,
your patent or whatever.
right? And now they've added something in it real quick. Just like, I'm gonna put a dick here and put it in this mold. Nobody's gonna notice.
Studies show that kids like to play with realistic dolls.
Right.
Okay, put a dick on it.
Like, and then they had, like, so on the flip side, they had toys that were more geared for adults, like the Lifeline, like babies from Hot Topic. They're like dead.
Yeah.
Right. So you got like those that are damn sure not for a child.
That's a Hot Topic.
Right. Well,
did the shipping get
right?
changed?
It's at Hot Topic, but I'm saying, right?
Oh,
you understand what I'm saying? So they made a bunch of those, right? So like the worker's not like, maybe I should talk to Larry. I think somebody added a penis where there shouldn't be.
It's okay. It's going to Hot Topic.
Right? But
okay.
that's okay, and or the ones with the faces that tear away. Have you seen those? Right, those are damn sure not for children.
I remember they tried to do the one that's at Walmart, but the stuffed toy when you brush it has a scary face.
Yeah, right.
But it's still at Walmart. The unicorn. It's a cute unicorn. You fucking grab it. And
right. Yeah.
Like, oh shit! It's so ugly. What is it from Ant-Man? It's so ugly. I love it.
Well, that's even like Dexter here. He doesn't look that menacing.
Yeah, but when you open his mouth.
But when you open his mouth and all the teeth are there, it's scary.
For all the raccoons that fucking hit.
Right.
They're fighting back.
They can't. I should have took Dexter down when I was talking about him, but I'm wearing my Christmas pajamas, so I don't want to stand up. You only see me from here down,
Move the camera.
Move the camera,
Then it goes out.
Christmas pajamas. All right, moving on.
Sheriff's detectives raid Marilyn Manson's Hollywood home in investigation over assault allegations.
See, now that I
read
get
the story.
it.
So apparently he flew some lady out in hopes of work and basically kept her as a sex slave the entire week. And now she's accusing him of allegations of sexual assault and stuff. And when they raided his house, they took all his hard drives and stuff because I guess it was recorded.
Well, of course it was.
But he wasn't home.
Marilyn Manson. Yeah,
he wasn't home.
The thing like that, right? Like, now I get it. The woman, needs to be defended because that's probably true, right? It's Marilyn Manson. It would not surprise me, right?
He's gotten so rich,
right?
That he doesn't realize.
Well, and he's a creepy motherfucker, like
with money.
With money, you've seen his you've seen his music videos. You see what
It's just a persona.
No, I doubt it. Larry the Cable Guy, and I'm not saying anything bad about the woman, right? But if it was me and you're like, hey, can I drop this off to Marilyn Manson's house? No fucking thank you.
We froze on Facebook.
Yeah, on Twitch.
But nothing's showing on my side.
Just lose the whole broadcast?
No, it's still going. Saying no data.
That's weird.
We didn't lose internet.
Everything's frozen now. Oh, there's Twitch back. Oh, okay.
YouTube's still going.
It all came back.
It just says no stream. Oh, we'll end shortly. Warning.
It's upset at you.
I know the bit rate's low.
But no, you wouldn't catch me going anywhere near Marilyn Manson.
No.
Like,
I remember he guest starred on Californication. He was the same way.
Yeah,
He was like, I don't want him around my daughter.
That motherfucker's crazy.
Yeah. Our next news. Matthew McConaughey decides not to run for Texas governor. He was going to. He's like, oh, I'll make the state. All right.
I was about to say, that's...
Lincoln backs him up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He made that one car commercial. Everybody loved it.
DJ doesn't make sense. He's like, it doesn't have to be. It's Matthew McConaughey.
I was just
He can go anywhere he want to go.
my whole thing is like, it's like, Matthew McConaughey, come on, you don't drive no goddamn Lincoln.
Someone drives you.
So right,
He's the Lincoln lawyer.
right. When was the last time you actually drove, Matthew McConaughey? Like, you don't drive
He's not
yourself.
the president. He doesn't lose his driving purposes
A lot of celebrities don't actually drive themselves.
because they want to drink. Look at your bars don't have a license because you can't drink and drive.
Okay.
You call them drivers, I call them Ubers.
Right, they just walk down to the studio.
But I highly doubt Matthew McConaughey needs an Uber. He probably has a driver.
Drive around with the camera crew or whatnot.
No, you would drive. I would say you wouldn't want a driver.
No, I wouldn't let nobody drive me.
You'd be the one driving the limo.
Right. You'd be like, yo, let's jump in this limo. I was like, well, I'm driving.
The driver's in the backseat with us partying.
DJ's up driving the Escalade from point A to point B. Oh, Jesus.
Keeps doing it. No data. I don't know why. Shows nothing on this, unless the internet keeps going up and down.
Probably.
All right, next news. Police search for Florida man who beat seagull with a shovel. A Florida man is wanted after maliciously beating a seagull with a shovel on the beach in Marco Island. Mine.
So, I'm going to be honest. Seagulls are
Vicious motherfucker.
little vicious motherfuckers, right?
He maliciously beat the
We
fucking seagull.
we stopped at the beach last week, right? And this family decided to feed the seagulls.
This looks like Raptors game.
Right. So all of a sudden there was hundreds of them,
Seagull attack.
and it was windy, so they were all flying just in spot, right? Just hovering.
That's scary.
Right over this family, but the family just kept right on feeding them, and we're,
You're about to pull your phone out, right? You're like, there's about to be a seagull attack.
I probably should have, but I just backed up. Right, like me and my wife kind of moved over a little bit. I was like, "All right."
You're on the beach.
Yeah, we were standing on the beach.
Like in the parking lot.
No, we were standing on the beach.
Was it a cold day?
And yeah, it was this weekend.
Of course, you went when it was cold, right?
But right,
DJ ain't gonna go to a beach when it's hot.
fuck, way too hot for me to be.
He must be the guy who wears a sweater at a beach.
But I'm telling you, there was like the guy was feeding them, and they're vicious. But I don't know about beating a person. Malicious.
That means the seagull's like, okay, I had enough. I'm about to go away. He beat his ass. Malicious mean the seagull had his back turned because he was trying to escape.
Seagull had his back.
He was trying to escape, and he's like, "Where you going?
Help!"
Boom. Other seagulls just flying by. Oh shit, Frank's hurt. The police are involved. They're look. He is wanted. Okay.
Well,
that seagull has rights.
There was probably kids on the beach or whatnot.
Quit being a seagull.
God. Oh.
Did he just do a golf swing on the seagull?
God only knows, who probably watched him beat up the seagull.
Maliciously. I mean, maliciously.
Yeah.
It wasn't a friendly beating. It wasn't like a bing bing get out of here.
A bing bing get out of here.
He beat him like he owed him money.
Where's my fish, seagull? Where's my fish?
That was like started the next John Wick. That seagull killed his dog. Like,
Jesus.
You don't understand what this seagull did to me last week. My wife left me because of this seagull.
Sorry. Yeah, it just, I don't know.
Who's the seagull now? Mine.
Fucking murderous seagull. Cold blood.
Next thing you know, he's over here beating otters and fucking sea lions.
Marco Island. That's just...
The seagull struggler is now beating sea lions and otters. Like, maliciously.
That's crazy.
Up and down the coast.
Talk about Florida man beating the hell out of...
Florida man beats hell out of shark with a shovel.
Remember they used to sell the what was it, the like comics of the booking blotter?
Oh yeah, the book at the store. You can see who's been arrested.
Right before you would get it online.
Before it was illegal.
Right,
Yeah, I know.
Was it? It's not. It's
I don't
public
know if they have
knowledge,
people's personal information.
right? But it's
It's
all
public
public
records.
knowledge. You know, like
Yeah, you know, you go to the
you
little
know,
gas station, get your cigarettes, like that has
right.
shirts that sell you the shirts or whatnot.
See if any of
It's
your
right
friends
there.
been arrested that month. You know.
I saw someone in there once that I knew. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
I used to
shit.
see people in there all the time.
Well, who are you hanging out with? The
You-
wrong crowd.
You know, I know a lot of people, even though I'm not really big on people.
They're all from Casa.
You know, they're not all from. I lived other places around West Palm.
So it's,
You know, Casa's just the one I don't go to.
a lot
Just-
of gangs in Casa.
Always a lot of gangs in Casa. All right, what are our questions for the day?
Trying rice cooking.
Still on hiatus.
What'd you have though? Mashed potatoes.
Shit. Mashed potatoes and pork loin,
See that guys.
and mushrooms. I don't know. It was my wife.
No matter
it's-
what she cooks.
Yeah, it's always good unless the dish is just inherently bad,
That one
like
time.
the lemon chicken.
Like 1 out of 2 years. Come on.
Right. It wasn't her fault. It was,
The recipe.
you know, a lot of times when she just follows the recipe, like,
She told me she never does. She has to add her own spice to it.
yeah, she
She's
normally.
like, I can't cook like a white person.
you-
Salt and pepper is not enough.
no, you got to have different herbs and spices with it.
What'd she make for Thanksgiving? And then she made her own dish.
Mac and cheese.
Bomb ass mac and cheese.
She always makes, so, like, even at the office, they ask her to make
Yeah, no,
mac
she
and
made- I
cheese
saw
for,
that.
so she makes the mac and cheese for the office, and then for,
She makes 2 of them.
yeah,
Mac and cheese was so good.
they eat it. So
I finally had mashed potatoes.
mashed potatoes were good. Oh, and she made deviled eggs.
Yeah, I didn't see any of those.
Yeah,
I wonder why.
they were all gone.
You're not supposed to eat 13 of them, DJ. I don't care. It's Thanksgiving.
Me and Paul ate the shit out of those.
They were appetizers?
Yeah, we were, along with the cheese ball, we were just like cheese ball and, you know,
No one tried to take anything off your plate this year, right?
no.
Lessons as learned.
I sat by Bob, so I didn't have to,
Stab a child.
you know, stab a child. I took extra precaution this year.
Lessons we learned.
Right.
Speeches were given.
Shared my cheese ball with Bob, so, you know, like, it was double protected, right?
You
Like,
look at him like,
you see me and Bob are eating cheese balls, right? You can't,
you can't cross over.
right, don't come over and fuck with me and Bob, you know, just back up.
Pick your own cheese ball.
That's right.
I will hit a little.
I will kick a little, yeah.
Your question is, what is something that's popular but annoys you?
Something that's popular but annoys.
What is something popular now that annoys you as you're getting older?
Oof.
Like TikTok dances or certain type of music?
No, I don't think I have. I mean, I get annoyed by a lot of stuff. Like, don't get me wrong. I get,
I mean, what other people think is like major. So,
you
for
know,
instance, it'd be Fortnite for you.
yeah, Fortnite pisses me off.
Look
You
at
know.
all the characters.
It's not
Sellouts.
even, it's not even that. It's just like, so like the few times that I've went in and played Fortnite,
And one.
you know, I'm just whooping ass, right? It's like trying to play Apex all the time.
Yeah, but you
and-
weren't building anything,
and-
right? You were
oh,
just
fuck no.
shooting.
I was just murdering people.
Because like if you try to do that contest, you see those people building the things as they're jumping around. You're just like, I just want to shoot you. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're playing like a bitch.
Stop running away, you know. But yeah, it's mostly it's like stuff like that. I don't think there's anything like really popular now.
Mine was mumble rap.
See, I don't listen to it, so I don't have that issue.
Yeah, but I've heard it, so it annoyed me.
Right? Like I don't listen to a whole lot of that. You know. I listen to rap, just not mumble shit.
Who
You know?
listens to the goat?
You know.
Eminem.
Snoop Dogg, you know, Jay-Z.
People are like, who are they?
Yeah. They're the guys that
Where's Lil
produce.
Pump?
There's the guys that produce all them young kids now.
Where's 6ix9ine?
You know, Tech Nine,
6ix9ine's
Yeah.
You know why he became popular though?
Busta Rhymes.
Because of The Rock.
He's been popular.
Well, I
I've
mean,
always liked Tech
We've
Nine.
known Tech9 since like 2000.
Right.
So he's been around for 21 years.
But now everybody's
because
like,
The
"Who's
Rock's-
Tech Nine?"
Yeah, because of The Rock. Like, oh, who's this guy? I'm
Getting
like,
all the young kids
so
into
I'm like,
it.
I'm 35. I've listened to Tech Nine when I was a teenager.
I've heard Tech Nine. Yeah.
Like, I've seen his documentary. Like, he used to play hide and go get it. That's when the girls would hide. And if you find them, you get it. That was his game, not mine. So take it up with him.
What's
If you had an intro music, what song would it be and why? Like every time you entered somewhere, you have a theme song.
I'll tell you the first thing that came to my mind.
What is it? Hero?
No. The for an intro, I just think of John Cena's that everyone makes fun of. John Cena.
It's John
You know.
Cena.
So
Do you have the trumpets going?
no, not like a king.
So you just walk in and it's like, it's DJ.
No, it'd still say John Cena.
Cena.
Still say John Cena.
I think people be confused.
I feel like a lot of people are
Like
already
you go into
confused.
a restaurant with your wife to have a lovely thing and they're fucking hired.
John Cena. And it's not John Cena.
Everyone's looking at you. Like,
You know. I don't know. What about you? You know, you never answer these questions.
mine's lonely. Very calm. So lonely, Mr. Lonely.
No comment. I plead the fifth.
Actually, used to be from Izzy Azalea. When you heard one of her songs, it's like first things first is I'm the realist. That's the only part that plays.
I don't know any of them people.
First things first, I'm the realist. That's it. That's all it plays.
Yeah, I don't know any of them people. No idea.
So yours is John Cena.
It's just John Cena.
It can't be like
You know. I mean, I don't know what you particularly
something that amps you up.
need it to be. Oh, that one dude song. Have you checked your butthole?
That's it.
Up. The beat's great. You know. You all right?
Yeah, I lost TV.
You lost.
Everything's sensitive.
Don't be pounding on things.
You had an intro music. What would it be? Living in the Hall of Fame by One Republic.
See,
No?
I don't.
When the heart breaks, it don't break even.
I get enough attention walking into places, right?
Peter Griffin had that, and they kept annoying him on the bus. He's like, I can't stop it. And he whooped his ass because they kept playing theme music.
You know, like I just feel like I don't need theme music.
Imagine, it's just an intro. Not a soundtrack to your life. Like, not everything, something happened. It's not like you open the fridge and your wife's nearby and you hear, oh, my love, you know, and she thinks it serves her, but you're looking at milk. Like, you pass her, and it all goes in slow motion. You just grab the milk, and all you hear is Righteous Brothers. Oh, my love.
I'm done with you.
Hey, don't blame me. Blame the milk. Or if you, like, you try, you know how you hold back? The song would just play, like, I fucking hate you.
Just start playing.
I'm just like, what the hell? Like, polo mode? Or I don't fuck with you? And that's all the time we have today. Don't forget
You're giving me a
to
headache.
like and subscribe. We have audio versions on Anchor FM, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Or wherever you get your podcast needs.
You didn't do it right.
I know I didn't, but I'm not going to take it from you. I'm not a catchphrase stealer.
It's not really a catchphrase. It's just how I do it. Is don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget we have audio versions on Anchor FM, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasting needs.
Don't forget December's coming up, so don't forget we have our charity is Toys for Tots.
Right, and the link will be down below. Also, you can just go into stores, Walmart, stuff like that. A lot.
Your local churches.
Right, Walgreens. A lot of places do Toys for Tots. So just remember,
It's like a lot of places that can goods.
right? Don't wrap the gift.
Just drop it off. Make sure it's not
just
open.
drop it off. Make sure it's not
We
open.
don't want a random toy from the flea market.
You know, right?
Okay, Iron Man was not wrapped.
You know, try not to do stuffed animals. A lot. They don't do a lot of stuffed animals. I mean, maybe if they're brand new, but
some board games, so multiple kids can play at once, kind of
you
thing.
know,
Some Legos.
right? Don't get them. Don't put the new iPhone 13 in the box.
No.
Like, here's iPhone
They
13.
don't need a Nintendo 64.
You know,
I
don't just go.
guarantee you're not gonna find one wrapped.
Just don't go ham, right?
If you like to donate a Switch, you could donate to me and DJ.
You're ridiculous. Also, we do shows on Tuesday morning between the hours of 10 a.m. and noon. See, I didn't even have to say 12 p.m.
You know what noon is.
Right, they know what noon is. And on Wednesdays between the hours of 4 p.m. and 6.
Which is our talk show after dark.
Right, which is our talk show after
Which
dark.
is a funny show. We just read the news that DJ sends me. We do Fuck My Life.
Really, that's
the improvisation show.
Yeah, we got a lot of news that
day. A lot of news. We just do news.
I like the news. It always gives us something to talk about.
Always.
Right, see.
And you always find the news that's out there.
Right, I try.
And I look at news, and all you get is like the football season, politics. Like we try to stay away from politics, and
for the love of God,
we don't care who got injured last week.
No,
like when the Raiders played, we don't.
I don't even know. I don't even know who the Raiders are.
They're from LA. So stay tuned. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for watching.